Hey Ospreys, I'm Brandon Thigpen, here with your North Florida Minute. Both basketball teams reached their halfway mark this past weekend, and coming up this week, two North Florida teams are back in action to start their spring season. I've got all that and more. We start with men's basketball. The Ospreys topped Kennesaw State 86-67 on Thursday. It was not the same story on Saturday night, however, as USC Upstate handed UNF their first conference loss of the season, with a final score of 79-74. The Ospreys had no answer to stop the A-Sun's lead scorer, Ty Green, who notched 39 points. The men's record sits at 14-10 and are tied for first place in the A-Sun with a 6-1 record halfway through the conference schedule.
You know, it's when you have so many turnovers in the second half, 12, which is more than we even average for a whole game after only having 4 in the first half. You know, you really put yourself in a tough situation, but these guys have never quit, and I'm super, super proud. We're 6-1. We're in first place. If the league was over tonight, we'd be the number 1 seed. So I'm not gonna dismiss this from these guys. They fought their tails off tonight. Upstate was just better than us.
Now we hit the road with women's basketball. On Thursday, the women fell to Kennesaw State 46-40. The Ospreys held the advantage in rebounds, but poor shooting kept them from capitalizing on a defensive effort. The losses kept coming when the Ospreys faced Upstate, falling 61-49. The women's record falls to 10-12 overall and 1-6 halfway through conference play. Next, we look to indoor track and field competition at the Hilton Garden Invite. During the first day of competition, Ospreys' Megan Walker and Meg Simon took first and second in the women's pole vault, while Shelton McLean took second for the men. Freshman Nick Morgan finished fourth in the 800 on day 1 and third in the mile on day 2. On Wednesday, men's tennis defended home court in a close win against Florida Atlantic 4-3. Zach Goldberg sealed the match, winning a 3-set victory at the number 6 single. Earlier that day, the ITA released the team rankings, and the Ospreys moved up 1 spot to number 68. Here's a preview for what's on tap this week. The men's golf team is in action at TPC Sawgrass for the Seabest Invitational hosted by JU. The men return to the links after a 3-month break and start their spring slate. Men's basketball starts their second half of conference play here at home, facing crosstown rival JU in the River City Rumble. The Ospreys need to win this Friday night if they want to maintain first place in conference standing. Tip-off in the arena is set for 7 p.m., and only a few reserved tickets remain for sale. Women's basketball also starts the second half of their conference schedule. They face JU in their home edition of the River City Rumble Saturday at 2 p.m. The softball team also opens up their season this weekend, traveling to Troy, Alabama for the Troy Invitational. The Ospreys faced Western Kentucky, Alabama State, Buffalo, Florida A&M, and Troy. Wrapping up this week's action is women's tennis playing at home. The Ospreys face UNC Wilmington on Friday at 2 p.m. before taking on Troy Sunday morning at 11. For North Florida Sports Zone, I'm Brandon Thigpen.